even when all seems lost? Good evening, guests. Good evening, dear friends of Dignity Foundation. Delhi NCR chapter of Dignity Foundation presents What Keeps Us Going When Things Fall Apart. Today, we are honored to have amongst us Ms. Shweta Pandey. Shweta Pandey is a certified life coach, author, public speaker, TV host, and entrepreneur. Her client base is in India as well as overseas in Dubai, Jordan, England, and Croatia. She has also been invited to give coaching sessions to the border security forces of Rajasthan and Gaya, India. She has more than 20 years of experience, and she is a powerful, motivational, and transformational speaker. Before I hand over to her, I would like to talk about our Chai Masti program. It provides a platform for regular social interaction and support network to senior citizens. We conduct motivating and informative talks, discussions, conversations that help our members to lead an active and happy life. For people who'd like to become members of our Chai Masti program, please connect with us on our website, Facebook, Instagram, or through our helpline numbers, which I would request my program coordinator, Madiha, to please put in the chat box. Please like and subscribe to our Facebook and Instagram pages and share about our activities with your friends and family members. I'd like to make a special request to our members to stay muted throughout the session and not unmute themselves. Please share your feedback in the chat box, and after the talk finishes, we would be having a question and answer session. In the interim, you could also put in some of your questions in the chat box, and we will surely answer those. Thank you so much. Handing now over to Shweta Pandey. Thank you.
Very good evening. Thank you so much for having me with you today. Thank you, Dignity. Thank you, every member of Dignity family joining me today. And in fact, it's my pleasure and honor to be among you all. To speak a little about me, I would just say that I have been learning about life for a while before I actually ventured into it and made this as also my profession. I come from the land of dal makhani and chole bhature. If anyone can guess, just raise your hand. I would know. Yeah, I can see Swadesha ji knows. Oh yeah, there are a lot of people. Oh my God. Okay, so yes, I am born in Punjab. I was brought up in Himachal. I love Maharashtra. And my soul resides partly in Goa. I was married in Bihar and married to a person who was more Bengali rather than Bihari. So I can say I have very nicely, my life has summed up the entire India has become a part of my entity, my existence. I had an opportunity to meet a lot of people from different parts of this country and even abroad. And I realized one thing, that we were all alike, whether it was Arabs from Egypt or from Saudi Arabia or from Oman or from UAE, people living in California or in London or in Croatia or in Jordan. We had similar sort of joys, almost similar challenges, except the geographical challenges. So people are very much same. They go through the same emotional turmoil. They go through same kind of little joys that makes us happy and at times sad in our life. When I met a friend of mine, she's running a program called Empty Nest Syndrome. So I asked her, I said, Preeta, what is it? Why did you name it Empty Nest Syndrome? She said, because this is one feeling which people go through. Almost everyone goes through it, every parent. be it the child going to boarding school or leaving for higher education or getting married or settling because of work elsewhere. She said that feeling is something which cannot be described. It is only something which can be felt by a parent. And we all go through it. And then I started thinking about it. How did I feel when my cousins or my siblings had to go away because of studies? People who left us permanently in this world. That gap cannot be filled. Be it someone's parents or your dear ones, your near ones. But life goes on. What keeps us moving if we focus on that would make it easier and happier. Because what happens? First is to realize to what state we are. If we are happy, how happy we are. If we are sad, how sad we are. What's making me happy and what's making me sad. Just the awareness of your state can create a lot of difference in everyone's life. Because if you know that you're somewhere either above average or below average, you can fix it. A doctor cannot treat you unless the doctor knows what is the problem, what's the challenge. If someone keeps on smiling, you know that the person has some or other positive wiring. There is something positive running behind his or her mind. And someone is always grumpy. That doesn't mean the person is bad. That means the external environment somewhere is stopping them from actually being that happy, being in that happy moment which they want. So not necessarily every time we get in life how we want. We can get what we want, but not necessarily how we want. So for a moment, I want all of you to think about what is it that makes you happy and what is it that makes you sad. Because every time you're sad, you go in a shell. There is everything going in, that anger, that frustration, that resentment. It's all going in, it's piling up. But the moment you're happy, notice, you want to fly, you want to laugh loud. It's all going out. It's like a flower blooming. You want to spread that joy and that love. So that little awareness of what's making you bloom and what's making you go in shell will tell you a lot about what's happening inside. And once you clear that web of confusion, that where am I, will also give you an answer, why are you feeling the way you are feeling? During the day, if you start noticing your pattern, how are you in the morning? Are you grumpy? Or you are very energetic? How are you in the middle of the day? Then what happens? Okay, is everyone able to hear me clearly? Yeah? Just give me thumbs up. Yes, Hansraj ji and Ravi Rajpal ji. No response. Okay. So if you notice the pattern of how you are during the day, first half, when you get up, first few hours of when you wake up, then the middle of the day, then during evening and during night, will tell you a lot. Notice the pattern for at least a week, 10 days. That are you like this every day? What is your pattern? I always tell people, before you think of thinking out of the box, think what's in the box. What's happening inside you is more important to know what externally is affecting you. First, let's see what is internally affecting you. So the very first thing to understand how you feel. Are you mostly happy or are you mostly grumpy? Reason could be anything. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. Don't judge yourself. The first person who is there to judge you is you yourself, before anyone else. So stop doing that. Don't do that. Just notice, just be attentive to how you feel most of the time, most of the days. Then notice your pattern, how you are in different time zones of the day. Then comes the next point, which is identifying and filling up those gaps. What's making you very happy either during the day or during evening? That will tell you whether you're a morning person or you're an evening person. So then you know what kind of work or what kind of routine you should follow during what time of the day. If you feel sleepy during the afternoon, you know that you should not be committing your friends that, yes, I'll join you for the game of chess, because what will happen? They will be all sitting, Pramila Lamba, Ganeshji, Shashikala, they're all sitting and waiting for the chess to start. And Jaya and Bhanumati will come and they'll be like feeling sleepy. They will not be able to concentrate. Why? Because they are morning people. They are not the evening people. That's the time when they feel sleepy. So this is a little bit about you knowing yourself. Then let's come to the point, how we feel and why do we feel so? How many of you agree that either the feeling of loneliness or sadness at times, not all the time, sometimes it's just too heavy on us? Just raise your hand if any one of you feel like that. I do at times. Raise your hands, raise your hands. I don't know, Mohan Kumarji, I don't know, Chemu, Vinod Vermani, Hemlata, Raghu, Anupurani, unless, yes, I see Mr. Kasi from Chennai raising his hand. See, if you don't communicate with me, how do I know whether you're listening to me also or not? Yes. So the ones who are ready to participate with me, the ones who are ready to open up, unless you open up with me, unless you open up to yourself, it's not about me. You're opening up to yourself. You will not receive. To receive, you need to open the gates. So open the gates of your heart. You all are more learned, more experienced than me. You have seen more life than me. I have seen few losses of life. I have seen a lot of gain of love in my life. I'm mother of 2 lovely children, naughty, lovely, sweet devils. I've sent them to boarding. I've brought them back. I know how it feels to be away from your children. I've lost my father at early age. I know how is it to lose a very dear one, your own hero. So there, we all have our own learnings and we all grow from those learnings. So all I can tell you is the way I follow the mantra of living a happy life, I meditate. That's one thing which works for me. For all of you, could be anything which works for you. You just need to find out what is it that works for you. When I feel sad, I will tell you what I do. But I want all of you, the ones who can please type in the chat box. Some of you, the ones who would like to open their heart, can you please tell me what do you do when you feel sad? What do you do when you feel sad? Listen to music. Yes, Archana. Very nice. Sit close to my pet. Yes, it works. I sing. Oh my God, Jayalakshmi. So do I. Habil, you're not writing anything. Rajendra Kumarji, you're also not writing anything. Mahantesh, looking at screen will not give you any answer. You'll have to type. Call my friend. Yes, nice. Let's move ahead. Chanting. I simply keep quiet. Bit of meditation. Yes. That's like being yourself, being with yourself. Near the pool and sit and go for a walk. Lovely. Bollywood songs. Yes. Talk to friends. Always. Go for a walk. Just pray. Spend time with my plants. Yes. Deep breathing. Pray to God. Concentrate. Yes, a lot of people are talking to friends. Shopping, I love it. Listening to music, listen to mantras. Yes, very empowering. Yes, it can just lift you up then and there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for opening up your heart. Yes, listening to music, it works. See, whatever works for you. This is like you knowing which friend to call when you need help. These tricks are your friends. Be it music, dancing, going for a walk, talking to friends, your meditation, breathing, mantras, chanting, anything that works for you. When I'm sad, I know I'm getting this sad sinking mode, I start singing. I sing songs which can just, for me, like Kishore Kumar works. It's like, peppy songs. It's like I start singing. It's like, garden, 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 mein baag, baag, baag. It doesn't have to make sense. It just have to just lift you up. Yes, I do definitely something which is productive, not something just to, I would not just go and watch something or not consume the content which is absolutely random and useless. No, I may watch a movie which will leave me with some emotion, uplift me, because I'm already in sinking mode. So your average state, I always identify your average state in simple language to tell you is when you feel balanced. When you're not too happy that you're jumping out of your seat and you're not too sad or you're not too grumpy. You're in absolute average balanced state of emotion of your mind. Talking to friend, yes. Always keep, this is like a doctor, an emergency friend, your 100 number, like emergency number. That should be your clue that what works best for me. Keep that always back in your mind. This is what I need to do when I feel low. And what do you do when you feel lonely? This was when you feel sad. What do you do when you feel lonely? Can anyone tell me? Who would type it fast? Let me see. Who is the first one to chat?
We think of the past.
No, chat. Just write it, because if we'll all start talking, I will not be able to listen to anyone. Watch Netflix. Read, yes. Watch comedy movies. Talk to friends. Play music. Watch a movie. Okay, lovely.
I talk to my husband.
Oh my God. But then I need to ask him also now. What does he do when you talk to him? Just kidding. Just kidding. So anything which can again take you out of that loneliness. When do we feel lonely? Most of the time, loneliness, that feeling comes in us when we're expecting something and it is not delivered the way we want. We can feel lonely, we may get angry, we may feel depressed, we feel deprived. It's just because I didn't get what I wanted, or I didn't get it the way I wanted, right? I want my son to study or to become someone, something. But oh my God, I wanted him to become a doctor, and what has he chosen? He has chosen photography. Doesn't make any sense to you. But for him, it makes absolute sense. As a mother, I may want my children to be with me, but they've decided to move abroad. I can't see them for a year or two. Perhaps they'll tell me, come and visit me, mom. And I may not feel like going. I may not be able to go. I have a husband here, and you take care of him. And he's not well. I can't go. I'm stuck. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling lonely. I want my kids, but I can't have them. Not that I don't have them. I can chat with them on video call. There are ways. There are a lot of us. There's a cousin of mine. She doesn't have anyone around her. She volunteers with orphanage, with old age home. She talks to them. She said, they are my extended family. So there are always ways how we can connect with God. We have never seen God. We really don't know whether it's like a male or female. The way it looks, we have created an image. So if we can connect so beautifully with God, why can't we connect with other humans, with our pets? We can always create a bond. We are humans. We are like super species. We are born with this ability to create a bond, to create a relationship. You smile at someone. I'm looking at Vijay Lakshmi, and trust me, I'm feeling like, I'm like looking at her, I'm feeling as if like she's sitting in the garden. I really so want to go and sit next to her. I've never seen her earlier. I've never met her, but it's just the welcoming gesture. Without even speaking a word, she has created a connect with me, and I'm sure with many of you. And she's not the only one. There would be so many of you who would be connecting with each other. So you don't need to look really outside, within your community. And that's the beauty which I found even last year when I addressed the beautiful people of Dignity. You have this beautiful thing called tribe. We as life coaches, when I coach people how to create their personal brand, first thing which I tell them is to form a community, to have their own tribe. The master's minds, wherein you can discuss anything and everything. You can play games online. You can physically, whichever center you guys are together, you can do a lot together. And there is a lot which can happen thanks to technology. We can connect with any of us, anytime, anywhere in this world. During lockdown, I think that's the best gift which people got. Of course, we lost so many things otherwise, the physical connection and talking to people face to face. But the way we connected because of technology, through video calls, through audio calls. Yes, Lakshmi, I know it's a virtual background, but still, it's inviting. It's nice. Because your smile is so genuine. Everything makes it makes everything look so realistic. I'm sorry, I lost the train of my thoughts where I was. So basically, connecting with each other with the help of technology, that's definitely something which you all can do. But there is one thing which I really appreciate when I went to California. I loved one part over there. All the elderly people, they were investing their time in learning new skills. I got so encouraged. I was so poor with technology. I was like really, really bad. Imagine being in the profession wherein I need this. I had a team working for me, and they said, "Why do you need a team?" I said, "We are in India. We are spoiled ones. We get a lot of help." So they said, "Try and do it." It's not that we don't get help here, but it's a conscious decision not to put everything on someone else's shoulders. How many of you are actually in favor that you should, or you can, at least you can learn a new skill within the tribe? Just write it in the chat box. And what is it that you would like to learn? I want to see who is competing with me. Phone numbers, okay, yes. Sanskrit, lovely. No one wants to learn anything? Carpentry, oh yeah. I would like to learn to swim, Archana, so do I. Cycling, Hindustani music, playing piano, wow. Art and craft, new languages, singing, chatting in computer, yes, technology. Lovely. Dancing, harmonica, new languages, lovely. Abha, nice. Skill singing, piano, photography, digital, dancing, lovely. So I see more inclination towards art and craft, something more creative. You know what that tells me? That all of you definitely are people with that creative bent of mind, which is amazing. You know, which says that you all are very, very young at heart. I can't meet. I mean, if there was a way, I think once this corona is over and we're like in absolute safe space, I would love to come and meet all of you, because you guys are seriously like as inquisitive as I did very recently. 2 months ago, I did a talk show only for children, all adventure loving children. And these are exactly the answers which I got from them. And they were all from the class of 6 till 11. Most of them, their answers were similar. They wanted to learn new language, new musical instrument, either singing, cycling, yes, to a lot, piano, yes, a lot, art and craft, especially girls, some boys as well. Mandala art, yes, that's like amazing. It's like a therapy. All these hobbies that you're talking about, the skills that you're talking about, they are very much, yes, gardening. I mean, these are so therapeutic, I can't tell you. I've written it even in my book, A Mightier Pen. It says that, you know, how it can help connect people and it can just calm you down. Because first of all, what you're doing is psychologically, you're creating those buzz moments in your life. When I say buzz, those are happy moments. Because it is knowingly or unknowingly, you have created a source of happiness for yourself. Because you're doing something which you're enjoying. So when we enjoy something, we feel happy. Why do most of the people, when they're eating, they're happy? Or when they're eaten, they're really happy. They're satisfied. They feel like, yes, now life is beautiful. Or if you like talking to people, when you talk to someone, you just feel calm. It's not about what you spoke. It's just that you spoke. It's not about what you played. Any number that you sang. You sang. Those words are not, you're not living by those words, that song that you sang. But it just had an impact on your mental wiring, on your emotional quotient. It changes us. Yes. Just being in the company can, or making those happy, those buzz moments, can even improve your health. Doing an activity any indoor, outdoor activity can also improve your health, not just your mental, your emotional, but also your physical health. So imagine, by doing something which you anyway wanted to do, you're getting so many benefits like free, mental health free, emotional health free, physical health free. Who doesn't like something which is coming for free without harming anyone? Who likes freebies? Let me know. Who likes freebies? Oh, Habil, I do self-talk so much. That's like me time. I talk to myself. Because I think probably like me, you also like your own company. Habil, do you like your own company? How much are you in love with yourself? I want to know from Habil. Habil, type it. Are you in love with yourself? Yes or no?
Yes.
100%. Too much. It is so important, guys. And I'm feeling so happy that all of you already know everything. You all should be life coaches. You know, this world needs to know to do what you've been doing, what you've been practicing. You guys are amazing. First of all, I'm like so happy. Let me tell you, if only I could show you the glimpse of the way people were dressed when I do the talk shows for the youngsters, the way they sit, the way they are dressed up. You guys are like supermodels, all of you. Who is saying that, you know, these are like senior citizens? I think we should you know, switch the places now. That's one thing which I really appreciate about the generation, which is not the current generation, because they are like so laid back and lazy and like, okay, it doesn't matter how you dress. I love the way you guys are looking. It's just making me feel so happy. So I'm sure this is how Habil, I want to read what have you written, Firoza. She said, takes away very good memory, lovely. As I said, I am going to come and meet all of you once things normalize a bit, when I'm allowed to come and meet you.
You can come.
And yes, I think someone said something, but we'll go ahead with the same pattern as I'm seeing. Yes, now I'm seeing people. Okay, anybody has anything in particular that you want me to answer? You guys are already in love with you. You all guys, you have to type it in the chat. Thank you, Madhu. Me too. You guys are already in self-love, so there is nothing which can stop you from being invincible and happy. You guys already know what you want. You guys are already there to uplift and upgrade yourself, because the best thing which one can do is, instead of upgrading only the gadgets, only buying new mobiles and buying new laptops and buying all new other gadgets, if one can just upgrade and update him or herself, I think that's the best investment which one can do in life. And you guys are already up to it. And I'm sure now that you have written it down somewhere, it's not just you're writing, you know, only on this chat box. You've written it, engraved it in your mind. And trust me, nothing can stop you from doing it. I remember when I got operated and I was on the bed and I wanted to dance. So what did I do? Can anyone guess? Who can write and who can tell me what did I do? I did dance. I danced like mad. Seriously, like Sudha Chandran. I became a Sudha Chandran at that time, and God knows Madhuri Dixit and everything. Govinda. Watch dancing? No. Okay. I couldn't move. I had delivered a baby with all the stitches, I couldn't move. You know what? What did I do? I'll give you my secret. I danced in my head. I visualized myself dancing. And how did I learn it? I learned it from a gentleman while living in Dubai. He had lost his legs. And he was someone who used to climb mountains. So he told me, he said, till the day I die, I will be climbing mountains. Probably not on my actual foot, but somewhere in my head. And I feel the equal joy. He said, I even feel like I am tired. I'm like losing my breath because I'm like climbing too hard. And that's exactly what I did. The lessons that we learn from each other in life, about life. So we don't have to stop ourselves, to keep ourselves holding us. There is nothing, literally nothing, which can stop us from being the way we want to be, unless we ourselves put a stop to it. We are the only ones who can put a pause, stop, start to our own life. So why? If you want to move, if you want to fly, fly. If you cannot literally fly, feel as if you're flying. The ones who can go for the mountain climbing, the ones who can go for paragliding, skydiving, do that. The ones who cannot, you can always feel like that. See a bird flying and fly with that bird in your mind. And trust me, you will realize, you will feel the joy. I'm sure a lot of you might have even done that. When we see a child walking, notice the body language of the person who is helping that child. You somewhere feel as if like, oh my God, it's like, as if you're also walking with that child. You feel like that. Urmila ji, do you want to say something? Yes, absolutely, Narendra ji. You are the creator of your own destiny. So all the happiness, all the joy, everything is coming from within you. So now, anyone wants to ask me a question? I can't dance even in 100 years. Come on, try it. Okay. Who is your favorite dancer? Write it.
Madhuri.
Come on, you have to have a dance idea. I'll read it. Shobha Naidu. Aha. How many times you have seen the performance? Vaida Rahman, Vajantimala, Govinda. Oh my God, Emamani. You're all as if like, you're reading my heart and writing it. Just a couple of times. Watch it a few more times and imagine yourself being there on that stage. Try and copy those steps in your head. They may not be similar in the beginning, but if you keep on practicing, either actually on flow or in your thoughts, your steps will match with your ideal 100%. Yes. Oh my God, Padmini Subramaniam. So we all love dance. Why? Because it is eventually, we are all nothing but source of energy. So how that energy flows with us, in us, that's how we feel. So keep that flow of energy moving. That's how we feel alive. नहीं तो हम पेड़ बन जाएंगे, पत्ते तो हरे भरे रहेंगे, but we will not feel alive much. Don't be stagnant. Habil is going to teach me about technology very soon, I'm sure. I'm going to learn from him. So a lot of you who need to learn technology, I think must contact him. I'm sure there are mandala artists within the community. And what best thing to ask from that person is, but the learnings of mandala. Yeah, see? Please, Kasi, whenever you want to leave. So the ones who are attending, tell me what is it that you would want to ask from me, and I'll be more than happy to answer for you. Is there anything?
Shweta ji, you are speaking so well.
Thank you
So well.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm getting so many. I mean, I'm in the habit of writing, but sometimes some phases come when nothing appeals to you. Nothing appeals to you. I was so energetic. I was all down and all. But due to COVID, sometimes even you don't feel like writing, music. So you have to cope up with that state of mind. I would like to do. And it only happens once in a while. It's a very, very, very
I would only request everyone just to type the questions, because again, if we'll all start talking, then we'll have trouble with the audience. But yes, now that you have asked me, we just in the talk, we covered this point that when we feel sad, simple remedy to come out of that is again to tell yourself, what is it that is going to uplift me from this state? Because first you need to come to that neutral point. Otherwise you will not listen to anything or anyone. Even if I come and tell you, fine, have a cup of coffee, you'll feel better. Read this book, you'll feel better. Watch this movie, you'll feel better. You would not listen unless you have come to that neutral ground. Have you seen when somebody's angry? When they're angry, no matter what you tell them, they will keep on getting angrier. Because unless you come to that neutral ground, when you're ready to receive, you will not listen.
Madam, can I say something? Rajappan?
Yes,
Can I
please.
say something?
Yeah, please.
Whenever I get problem, I used to tell myself, this will go, good time will come, all for good, and this is also will go away. So many problems
Absolutely.
coming and going, this will also will go, and good time will come. Always think about
A very simple lesson, so well said, Rajappanji, that we have a natural cycle of day and night. God has given us an indication that a day has to end, night has to come, night has to get over, that darkness will go away and the light will come. Same is the cycle of our life. No time, no state can be forever. We cannot be happy all the time. We cannot be sad all the time. It's just, there are two ways to just cope up with that. One is to be aware that I am feeling sad. And it's okay to feel sad at times. It's okay to cry at times. It's okay to feel like this. I'm a human being. These are all emotions, these are all part of me. Not get upset with yourself or with anyone. If someone is making you upset, angry, sad, just accept it and let it be like that. Do not react. Unless you react, nothing would happen. If you're sad, okay, fine, just
well said.
that's it. And you really want to do something, you really feel like doing something, do something which can bring you back to your normal state, that balanced state. Till the time you don't come to balanced state, tell yourself, I'm not going to take any action. Only action I will take is to come back to my normal state. Then I will see what to do. Because when I'm angry, I would want to shout. But is it right or wrong to shout? And you see, we are all very smart. We all know shouting is not going to get me any positive result.
No, no, not at all.
Not at all. And we all know that. But we want to yell. So what is the other option? Zip your mouth, let yourself cool down, and come back to normal state. And now say what you want to say, because now you'll talk sense. In that state, no way. That's the state you want to beat somebody. You want to yell at someone. Nothing sensible is going to come. And as I said, you all already know, anger is one word short of danger. Yeah, so true. Not just one, like a huge. Okay, there is no such thing as happiness. Everything is just joy, and joy provided we are in reasonable health. Yes. Gratitude is another way of dealing with a lot of emotions. The moment you start telling yourself that whatever I have, I'm still a privileged one. One is that not many have it, but before you even go external, I always say go internal. How much did you have? What you have now? How much have you delivered? What you're feeling now? One is that what all have we received in our life? And second is, what all have we given? Given back to life, given back to community. Have I done enough for others? Every time I ask for something, if I ask myself, have I done enough for others? That will also show me a mirror, give me an answer that I'm yet to deliver my own value. I cannot just keep on asking God, give me, give me, give me. I want more happiness. Abhi, still not enough. Still not enough. Still not enough. I want this.
Never ending.
More friends, more joy, more adventure, more togetherness. Yes. But have you tried giving the same?
Yes. Count the blessings.
Count the blessings and also think about contribution.
Yes. How much we get? Yes.
What about me contributing and how much? Because it's never too much. Contribution is never too much. If you start putting your focus onto what can I do now for others? We are never too late to learn anything new. We are never too late to teach someone anything that we know. You may think that, oh, I only know how to play cards. Who doesn't know how to play cards? I don't know how to play cards. I only know how to play dukki pe dukki, tuck, 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 tuck. That's it. So I keep on requesting my friends' parents, can you please teach me how to play bluff? You know, how to actually play, like, can I gamble with cards? I said, my parents never taught me. They didn't know. I want to learn. And they laugh at me. You don't know. I said, I seriously don't know. I learned how to do crochet after my daughter was born. Not that my mother didn't send me to all those extra classes to learn all these activities, but at that time I didn't want to learn. I used to go sing songs, play Antakshari and come back home. Went to stitching classes, did the same. Went to knitting classes, did the same. And I tried to knit, didn't happen. So then a lot of elderly people, they saw me and they said, like, you know what? Not everything is meant for everyone. Stop doing it. What you can do is you can try crochet. So I tried crochet and it worked. I was very good. So what did I do now? What do I do? I've learned the art, but what do I do? So I made a nice purse and I showed it to my friends. I said, do you like it? They said, yeah, lovely, nice. I said, do you want it? She said, yes. I said, okay, I'll make one for every one of you every week. I got an assignment for myself. I used to feel happy. They said, like, oh, are you sure you won't be trouble, this and that? And I was in Pune. I had a lot of like lovely weather, lovely people, amazing food. Everything was like just so good. I needed something to keep myself occupied. And, you know, like full-time mommy's responsibility and also to de-stress myself. So that was my getaway zone. I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I used to take my crochet and spend time with myself. Do something creative, do something which is like not like so routine. Brought me joy, brought joy to my friends. And also I you know, with the time I made beautiful memories. So those memoirs, those pictures, even now when we talk, do you remember you gave me that purse? I so love it. It's a gesture. You know, it's like the bond. When children, they come and they tell you, oh, auntie, remember you made those lovely cupcakes, which I wouldn't remember because I bake every day, every then and now. It's like, really? This is like, I still remember that. I still miss that. Someone calling you during the lockdown period and telling you, auntie, you know, I forgot the name who makes mandala. I'm missing your mandala paintings. How would you feel? Amazing. Some of you probably can also get together within your tribe and teach, contribute to your tribe members, to your family. This is a beautiful family that you all have. Amazing. And create a little more buzz moments in your life and you're going to enjoy. If you've seen a beautiful life, you can make it even more beautiful for everyone around you. As long as you're willing to give. By giving, what will happen? You will also receive.
Yes, what you give, you will receive.
Nirmala will say, I'm giving this. Chandrika will say, I'm giving this. Abha is giving something else. Bharat Singh Ji is giving something else. So by everyone giving, actually everyone will be receiving it. Without asking. Yeah. More than what you can
Actually,
choose.
Shweta, can I add one thing? You
Please.
see, the law of nature is, कहते हैं मधुबन खुशबू देता है, सागर सावन देता है. But लेकिन हम लोग देना भूल गए हैं. This is the only reason why we people are unhappy. क्योंकि हम केवल लेना जान रहे हैं. The people at present situation. तो जितना हम देंगे उतना ही हम कॉस्मोस से वापस मिलेगा.
एक अजीब सी खुशी भी मिलती है. You feel very happy. When you
Yes.
give to someone, you feel very happy inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
उसके आंखों में चेहरे पे चमक आ जाती है. आप उससे अच्छी तरह बात करते हैं. Somebody is unhappy, तो उसे मीठे मीठे दो वचन बोलो, तो उससे बढ़िया खुशी आपको नहीं मिल सकती.
बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही.
तो आज एक काम करते हैं, जरा चैट बॉक्स में लिखिए तो कौन क्या कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहता है. अब जिसको चाहिए वो. राघु जी ने सबसे पहले टाइपिंग शुरू किया, सबसे पहले.
क्या बोला? What did you ask?
Write in the chat box. What is it that you would want to contribute? You would like to contribute.
I would like to contribute the tips of how to live happy life.
Type. No. Not everyone knows what you're saying.
Yeah, I will try.
See? Yes. That would be lovely. Why? Because commitment to yourself that yes, I am ready to receive. You're writing that you're giving. But what is happening? The moment you open your heart, you're opening the gate for abundance. That's the time when you're actually ready to receive. It could be flood of love, flood of affection, flood of respect, more knowledge, more fun. But you're opening your heart and be ready now. A lot of goodness is going to come.
That is true. Very true.
In a way, if you put your is ready to receive now. But if the moment you tell yourself that, oh, no, I am not going to give my skills, my secrets, this is what I've learned in my life, I'm not going to share it with anyone. what will happen? You will take it to your grave. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
You didn't open your heart. So you also didn't
Yes.
receive anything. See, nothing what we have learned is our own. What we learned from our parents came from someone else. What we learned from our teachers came from them. What we learned from our family, from our friends, from our associations. Again, everything we have received. Nothing. We came with zero. Nothing. So why to feel shy to give it back? It's just that the beauty of life is we receive from one, we give it to many.
Yes.
From one to many. From one to many. That's
More you give, more you will be
we
benefit.
receive many joy, abundance, or you be in the shell and be like a flower which never actually bloomed. Stay or flourish. Choice is yours. You make your life the way you want to. You are in a state where you want to be. And that's all what I can tell you. And rest, I am very eager to come and meet you all and learn.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah, we would love
Thank
to meet
you
you.
so
Very inspiring, very inspiring.
Thank you.
Shweta, really.
Beautiful and very useful information you have given.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And at this juncture of life, we really need so inspiring thoughts, Really.
Giving
would like
others gives you more happiness than receiving. That is it
Absolutely. Absolutely.
of life.
Always smiling. I like that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I receive so much of love because I open my heart.
Yeah.
That is very, very important. That is very important.
Very important. Absolutely.
Yes, yes. Opening our heart is very
Whether you
important.
know Tamil or not,
You meet different people and you talk to them nicely. They feel very happy.
in Tamil they used to say, கொடுப்பதில் உள்ள சுகம், கொடுப்பதுன்னா விட்டு கொடுப்பது. Wife husbandக்கு, husband wifeக்கு. They give and take. Giving is having more pleasure than taking.
So true. So true. So true. Absolutely. Who knows it better than husbands? They are always giving.
Yeah.
It's a common joke with every husband says, I'm always giving.
That is the credit for ladies. They always give more than receiving.
Of course. They see that's the beauty of that relationship. What we say is like, the spice of life. The reason one should get married is to taste that spice of life, wherein you keep on saying that you don't do this, but eventually everyone is doing a lot for each other. That's what makes life
किसी
beautiful.
में भी आपने अच्छी चीज देखी तो उसको कॉम्प्लीमेंट देना चाहिए. It is always we should compliment some people.
Shweta, we are more concerned about our rights, but as far as the
Yeah.
duties are concerned, more you fulfill your duties, more you happy. Yeah.
So smilingly you explain. So smilingly you explain, conducted a session. It was very nice, and the way you explained.
It was mentioned somewhere. Smile. It increases your face value. Smile. It increases your face value.
God will take
Also-
care of you.
Also, I can say what we can give to others is what we have. So we have to first
Yeah,
develop to see that we are extremely happy. Then only this happiness can go to the others.
Right,
true.
right. We
So
can
true.
share.
Very important. If I am feeling bad, then I cannot spread and I will give you a very bad impression. So first we must learn that we must be extremely happy, see our surrounding, then only we can take to the others all the happiness.
You know what, Nirmala ji, I would tell you, anytime you want to see, you want to interact with me, I'm on social media at the rate Coach Shweta. You go on YouTube, you go on Instagram, you go on Facebook, anywhere. You listen to my videos, you can interact with me. And that's a beautiful platform. And I create a lot of fun moments. I create a lot of interesting videos. I don't make like boring, preachy kind of videos.
I know what to abhi pata lag gaya, the way you are presenting yourself. Marvelous, remarkable.
Thank
No
you.
word.
Thank you so much.
Very nice talk, Shweta.
Very nice talk,
enjoyed
Shweta.
your talk.
Learn from
And
you.
Beautiful.
yeah,
When you
I'll be
care for
seeing
others,
your YouTube.
God will
And
care
we
for
also want to meet you. Such
Yeah,
a lovely
please,
person.
please. No,
Yeah,
of course,
Shweta, thank
of
you so
course.
much. Madhu this side. जरूर
Thank-
मिलेगा हम सबको पर्सनली हमारे
बिल्कुल।
कैंपस में आकर.
But you're in Delhi or
We wish to see
Bombay?
you
I'm in
again.
Mumbai. I'm in Mumbai.
Oh,
Shall I
right,
between
okay.
Mumbai and Delhi?
We are
Oh.
in I'm in Bangalore.
Whenever you're in Delhi,
Bangalore,
please
I
do
am
come to
coming
Gurgaon.
to, I'm coming to Bangalore most probably in, I think either October end or December beginning, because November I'm visiting Calcutta,
Okay.
and October definitely I'm visiting Mumbai, either October or December. So I shuttle, I travel a lot because of my public speaking assignments.
Okay, it's a request.
And-
When you come to Delhi, please
Of course.
Delhi,
visit
Delhi,
Gurgaon.
I'm in Delhi. I live in Delhi.
Then
I
you
live
please
in
make a visit to Gurgaon Chai
Of
Merchant
course.
Center.
Archana ji
Gurgaon
will
and Delhi
organize
somewhere.
that.
When you are
Thank
visiting
you very
We'll
much.
certainly,
Bye-bye.
do that. We've had a wonderful session. Thank you, Coach Shweta. From the comments in the chat, we can make out that people thoroughly enjoyed the session. And
we
the
enjoyed it.
fact that they are requesting you to come back or come and meet them in person, I'm sure we can organize that as soon as our Time Masti Center sessions are now becoming physical. So as and when we have that, we'll definitely invite you over. Thank you so much.
In the
And
Mira Lagoon.
happy that everybody could join us today. Have a beautiful weekend ahead. Thank you, Shweta.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you.
members.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Shweta.
much.
Thank you, Archana.
Bye-bye.
God bless
Bye,
you.
bye,
God
Shweta.
bless you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Shweta.
Bye.